Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, we got our standard pool week banners, and let's talk about it. Before that though, hopefully those that tuned in for my Fire Red playthrough had fun. I'll be beginning a Wind Waker playthrough starting Wednesday around 9:30 PM EST, so if you want to hang out and watch me be a nostalgic nerd, feel free. Now back to GBGW and this new content. We'll begin with the F90 Support Type. The precursor to the F91 Gundam, titular suit of the Gundam F90 manga, and piloted by Def Stallion for the Earth Federation forces. As the naming implies, this suit's loadout was set up to support others. Packing long-range weapons to apply pressure and generally harass everything from mobile suits to warships, this machine looks like a cross between the Heavy Arms and Strike. Unfortunately, it was still in the testing phase when it got shot down during a surprise conflict during a test flight. Now, on to the weapons. The F90 Support Type has a Vulcan turret set built into the head, 2 Mega Beam Cannons built onto the backpack, 2 4-barrel beam cannons that are mounted on the arms, and they also have an included 2-tube missile pod attached to them, and 2 cruise missiles on the legs. So it has 4 smaller missiles, 2 large missiles, and 10 total beam cannons. That's pretty healthy for a prototype. Our other gacha suit this week is the Scramble Gundam. First appearing in Build Fighters Try, specifically the Island Wars OVA, this suit was also a prototype created to test a new version of the battle system used in Build Fighters. It has a mobile armor form, or I guess it's better to say just a flight form since it just kinda has the wings spread out and a hood flop over the head. Designed to have amazing responsiveness and durability, it also has an uncanny ability to manipulate the Plavsky particles present during Gunpla battles. It can create portals to summon weapons that you normally wouldn't expect. You got a colony laser, a colony drop, all sorts of weird things. So beyond magical law-breaking portals, what does the Scramble Gundam actually have? Not surprisingly, as it's a prototype, it only has a few things. A Vulcan turret set, 2 beam sabers, and 2 beam rifles. Also, the blue tinted parts are actually Plavsky particle manipulators, or at least they have a better ability than most other parts to manipulate the particles, and they're capable of generating a super tough defensive shield around the Gunpla while it's in combat. Kinda shenanigans, but it's a thing. Now, our welfare this week is the Tri-Age, a suit exclusively appearing in the card-based arcade game Gundam Tri-Age, back from like 2011 or something. There's practically no info about this machine, as the card game didn't really expand on it very much, and it was an overseas thing. However, its unique feature is the ability to manifest different armaments and even modify its performance to match other Gundams based on special cards played. It's an odd choice for a welfare to be sure, but I'm excited to see what kind of cool stuff comes from it. Unique EX skills or traits or things like that. Now on to our pilots. First up is Marbet Fingerhat. What a name. Coming from Victory Gundam, she's one of the pilots of Ligue Militaire. She saw a lot of field action during the runtime of Victory, ranging from supporting roles to more integral positions. And from what I see, her worst result is tagging out with Yuso Yuan to have him use his new type plot armor to defeat an upgraded antagonist faction suit. With several hostiles shot down, multiple crippled, and many field operations resulting in success due to her, I'm actually kinda surprised that she turned out to be a 3-star pilot. Then again, we have some interesting 2-star pilots, so sure. Our final pilot this week is Odin Burnett, protagonist of the Gundam Wing side story Dual Story G-Unit, or The Last Outpost as it was titled in the States. The younger Burnett brother, Odin was a test pilot for the MOV Resource Satellite, an independent faction and a Gundam manufacturing colony. Okay, well, I guess it's more like an MS manufacturing colony, but what's really the difference? The title, G-Unit, is a reference to the machines he and his brother Odell piloted, the Geminas 1 and 2, nicknamed the G-Units. Overshadowed by his elder brother, Odin tried his best to master the PX system in his suit so he can finally be considered an ace pilot like his brother. Not surprisingly, the entirety of this side story is pretty much him locked in combat against Oz, special forces or not, and it had him tempered until he eventually masters the said PX system. Much like a lot of the side story content, there's only so much info on hand, which I think is a shame, but, it's all volunteer work at the end of the day, right? And with that, this week's roundup is done. I'm hoping this welfare brings something really cool to X-Wise, like I said. Maybe even something with sub-slots to play into the whole play a card gimmick. Doubt it, but let a man dream. Beyond that, it seems 2.1 is coming very soon, as 2.1 sets have been scraped, like purchasable stuff. They're dated with the 23rd, so next week's update, which should be a Sokai, it seems it'll bring more than just some new suits and pilots. Ultimate hype. Also, another Haro chip sale, for those who are low. I'm kind of afraid as to what suits we're going to see, considering the sales, but yeah, who knows, maybe Haro sales are just going to become more common. Anyways, peace out everyone, and see you in a couple of days for the livestream impressions.